Okay, hello ladies and germs, gentlemen back to your channel adult teen elderly like welcome to the sort of second to last episode of Wario Land. Well, for the Game Boy at least. For those of you curious, I've I'm playing the Wario Land game, for those of you curious. Wait, what am I talking about? You guys know I've been playing this game for a while now. But in this episode in particular, we'll be doing something a lot different. I'll be going back into all the other levels to trying to get to all the other treasures that I hadn't gotten throughout my first, well, actually not my first time playing through. Just like the times I didn't get the treasures, okay? All the other treasures I didn't really get. So, I'll show off when I get the treasures, but I won't be showing them fully. This whole episode will be heavily edited, just so you know. So make sure to keep that in mind. Because this episode will get a bit, you know, extensively long because of the content of what's going to happen in this episode. So, I just want you to keep that in mind while I'm doing this. So, yeah. Keep that in mind as I do this whole thing. So, I guess for this episode, I'll be quiet throughout the whole thing while I try to get all the treasures. So that's something I want you to keep your eyes out on. So, you know what, I'm just gonna shut up for now, and until I get to the parts where I was trying to get the treasures, okay? When I get to the treasure, I'll show you guys, but that's about it. Or when I get the keys, I guess I'll show you guys the keys. Or where you can find the keys, and then where the treasures are, okay? So, yeah, throughout this will be a heavily edited episode, so you guys won't see all of this. So, yeah, I'm gonna cut ahead, I guess, because I don't know how to do this episode. But I'll see y'all next time when I get all the treasures, okay? Or at least some of the treasures for each episode, so keep that in mind. Okay, there's a secret passage behind the block. There's like this tiny little block that's supposed to be here. Something's behind it. You have to like break it first before you can get to it. So keep that in mind. Plus, by the way, that's the only big block in the game with that specific face on it. Like, there's this very, very large block, and that's it. That's the only time in the game you'll ever see that type of block, and it drops 100 coins. Now, if you get into the mini-game section where you can double your money, this might be a good place to grind for, you know, like, coins, I guess, if that thing allows you to, you know, continuously spam it, that is. But, for the rest of the game, you really don't have anything close to that. Oh yeah, as I get this treasure, I do want to say, hey look, a golden harp, I guess. Or a harp, I don't know. Apparently Wario likes instruments, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, for those of you curious, yeah, there we go. There's gonna be something else to this whole, series. At the very end of the finale, I'll be doing the last 2 levels and getting the last treasure for that episode. Well, yeah, for that episode. Because the final treasure is at the final level of the game. Quite literally, you're at the final stages of the game, to where it's kind of already, like, you're already there, and you know, basically at that point, you're just gonna be able to get, the treasure, and finally beat the boss, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna be doing for that episode. Finishing the game by, you know, just finishing the game, and getting the final treasure. By the way, if you noticed, I kinda got a lot of money. I grinded for a bit of coinage, so that way I can get, you know, the best ending in the game. I do suggest at least getting over, like, 10,000 coins at the very least. You know, just as an, what do you call it? As an, like, what do you call it? Advice. Because you're gonna need it, because even if you get all the treasures, they won't give you the full ending, or they won't, what do you call it? Give you 100, give you the best ending in the game. So, I'll see you in a bit. The next treasure is in, level 11. Okay, there's a secret passage behind the block. There's like this tiny little block that's supposed to be here. Something's behind it. You have to, like, break it first before you can get to it. So keep that in mind. Plus, by the way, that's the only big block in the game with that specific face on it. Like, there's this very, very large block, and that's it. That's the only time in the game you'll ever see that type of block, and it drops 100 coins. Now, if you get into the mini-game section where you can double your money, this might be a good place to grind for, you know, like, coins, I guess, if that thing allows you to, you know, continuously spam it, that is. But for the rest of the game, you really don't have anything close to that. Oh yeah, as I get this treasure, I do want to say, hey look, a golden harp, I guess. Or a harp, I don't know. Apparently Wario likes instruments, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, for those of you curious, yeah, there we go. There's gonna be something else to this whole, series. At the very end of the finale, I'll be doing the last 2 levels and getting the last treasure for that episode. Well, yeah, for that episode. Because the final treasure is at the final level of the game. Quite literally, you're at the final stages of the game, to where it's kind of already, like, you're already there, and you know, basically at that point, you're just gonna be able to get, the treasure and finally beat the boss, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna be doing for that episode. Finishing the game by, you know, just finishing the game, and getting the final treasure. By the way, if you noticed, I kinda got a lot of money. I grinded for a bit of coinage, so that way I can get, you know, the best ending in the game. I do suggest at least getting over, like, 10,000 coins at the very least. You know, just as an, like, what do you call it? As an, like, what do you call it? Advice, because you're gonna need it, because even if you get all the treasures, they won't give you the full ending, or they won't, what do you call it? Give you 100, what do you call it? Give you the best ending in the game. So, I'll see you in a bit. The next treasure is in, level 11. Okay, welcome to the next key, or the next stage, which has the key, or just basically where it is. You have to go down into this specific area, and basically, you'll be given a jet hat at the bottom of the thing, so you should be able to do this. But what you basically will have to do is jump up from side to side each time, through these rising platforms, and every single time you do, you have to get to this thing. And as you saw before, the door is right there, and point shot! In all honesty, I kind of expected it to just land near the thing, but that works too. And this is where you get the next treasure. I think this is the D, I'm not sure, but this is an actual treasure. It is a crown. Yeah. Haha! I'll see y'all next time when I get the next treasure, or when I get out of here. So, see ya! Here we go, the Highland Shield. There can only be one. Oh wait, no, I meant Highland Shield. No, Highland. Like, Legend of Zelda. Sorry about that reference, miss up. But anyway, in Sorta Land, there's 2 other treasures besides the one I got. And in order to get this one, the shield, you have to go, well, actually it's not really too far off, but you need a power-up of Wario to allow you to shoulder charge, because right here are 4 blocks of, like, breakable things that you're gonna need in order to, well, actually, breakable things that you're just gonna basically having to knock down, basically. You're gonna have to hit them with your shoulder charge. At the beginning of the level, you're given a box that gives you a key, and you'll have to carry it all the way down here. So keep that in mind, okay? Whenever you deal with this particular level. You don't want to lose a power-up where you can shoulder charge Wario, because you need the shoulder checking ability. And also, I found this out a couple of, like, months ago. This leads to an alternative route, I think, right? And this is basically a, I think another section of Wario, of how to get out of this particular stage itself. Which is pretty cool from what I can tell, at least. Whew! Anyway, let's get out of here and get to the next level. I'll see you guys there. Okay, there's this, exclamation point block. If you hit it, something happens in which the ice that's usually there to protect you from the fall is now gone. But if you use it and instead, what do you call it? You're usually supposed to use it to go to the other side. Like, you're supposed to use it and then go to the next area, but if you go back, there's gonna be a ladder, like the one we just climbed, and you use that in order to get to the treasure, because, well, the treasure is, like, the treasure door itself is at the front of the entire level, so you're gonna have to be careful. I mean, you're gonna have to be careful when you get there, because, oh god. Okay, there we go. He's like, here's the key itself. It's in one of these two. I think it's supposed to be in one of these two. Well, actually, there's a way to get to it, I'm pretty sure. And it's going back the other way. Oh, God. I hope I don't die. So, yeah, I'll see you guys when I get to the key itself. Or, I guess. I don't know. Alright, it's right here. The key is unfortunately blocked off until you hit that exclamation point again. So, yeah, you're gonna have to be careful when you get this key. It's a bit of a slow, like, it's a slow madness to it, honestly. Like, literally, it's a bit of a slow madness to try and get this key. At the same time, it's a decent, like, key to get, at least. Sorry for the whole stuttering of the game. I never seen it go so bad. I think there's, like, too many stuff I have on screen, so give me a second to do something about this, okay? And we got a lamp. That's in fact true, we got a lamp. Which is kind of weird, because there's something at the end of the game that gets us what we need, and I don't understand why there's a lamp there. Hold on, give me a second. Let me check what's causing this. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Wario out for now. Thank God. Okay, sorry about that. For those of you curious, I had to get to this particular part of the level. This isn't the level I need to go, this is an alternative route to another alternative level. I need to get the treasure for H. And as you can see, for those of you curious, I didn't do this originally in Stone Canyon, but in the other level that has the, we call it the branching path, I forgot to show you guys this, so I just wanted to show that off. You have to get to that particular spot using that little minecart, and it's a bit of a tricky jump, so I died a couple of times. Or once or twice, I don't know, it's just difficult. And this is where you find the treasure. Course level 424. So, see, look, it's right here. And the key itself should be around here somewhere. So, I'll see you when I get there, okay? Whew. Sorry, that took a little bit out of me, so I'll see you guys in a second, okay? Whew. Okay, this key in particular is a little bit convoluted in the fact that you have to get it specifically in a way. It's a little easy to find if you know what to do, but it's difficult. Anyway, for those of you curious, this is what you need to do. This stupid thing. This is a weird power block that changes something in the level you're gonna enter, which basically floods the entire place. So, and don't go through any of these other doors. They're basically just, like, what do you call it, sort of like a maze-like thing where it's trying to trick you. Anyway, the level, like, the door itself is right here, so you should be able to just do that and enter the door. Oh, this one was difficult for a number of different reasons. Trust me, it's difficult on other reasons, but the reason why it's difficult is because I usually forget that that's where the key is supposed to be, and you need to press the button and all that stuff. Anyway, that ends the, what do you call the treasure for this particular area in all of Stove Cavern. So I'll see y'all when I get out of here. Or at least when I just leave altogether. I'll see you all when I get there, okay? See y'all next time. Or at least until the next treasure. Found the key! And it was up there. Like, to the right, to the top left you guys saw. And by God, is that one difficult to get. Or at least it's stress-inducing for me, at least. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, getting this particular key is a bit of a difficult hassle in and of itself. You just have to go all the way over here in specific places and get through a couple of areas and that specific area in total. But this is a quick travel method which allows you to go here, which is sort of the beginning of the level, which allows you to just go here and do this. This is the sort of easiest but somewhat difficult, the most tedious treasure you can get. Because you have to go forward and then go back again. It's a bit weird, but at least I got J, at least. I think it's a tomahawk of some kind. I'm not sure. Maybe an axe. A golden axe. A crystal axe. I don't know why they look so transparent at first. Maybe it's the background, or maybe they're just clipping. So, yeah, I'll see y'all in a bit when I get out of here, okay? So, see ya. Okay, real quick, I just want to say, in order to get to this next key, it's in Parsley Woods, the first level you go to. Usually, the lake prevents you from going down under here. But once you drain the lake, it's empty and you're allowed to go down here. And these are one of the few things you find. This thing has a power-up, and one of these two has a power-up and the key. You have to get the key and get it all the way to the end of this particular part of the stage. This is the bottom of the lake of Parsley Woods, so make sure to keep that in mind, okay? And, well, as you can tell, a lot has changed a bit, so, you know, just saying. I think it's mainly due to the whole, you know, ghost being killed thing, but that's just my opinion on it. Anyway, I'll see you when I get to the very end. Okay, this is, specifically, you're gonna need Wario's bullhead ability, otherwise you're never gonna get to this specific treasure. It's under that block, you need a butt stomp, and you need Wario's bullhead ability, otherwise you're never gonna get to this last treasure. Well, technically last treasure, it's a jeweled mask, I assume. I think it's one of those gold skull things with jewels encrusted into the eyes. I don't know. But anyway, that really is all it for Wario Land's treasures, actually. The last one's in the second to last level, like I said before. Sorry about that, excuse me. Well, I guess you could go down that hole if you're desperate. Or if you don't know where to go, like down here. I guess you could go down there just in case if you mess up. But, it's easy to do this way, particularly, you know, just to go down, like, sort of walk across anyway, might as well. Anyway, that's really it for all I have for Wario Land. Well, sort of for this episode, because it's a very long one with a lot of stuff that I just need to edit in. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Wario Land. We're about to get to the final level, about to get the final treasure, about to get our final ending, and Wario is definitely excited for this. Anyway, guys, I'll see y'all next time when I get to the final 2 levels of, Parsley Castle. What's it called? Syrup Castle. And I'll see you guys there when I get there. Anyway, until next time, sayonara, my bots.